man. Introduce yourself and what it is you do.
So yeah, my name is Jackson Colt, and I guess I could say I'm a musician. I've been doing music for a long time, but I've only been in the scene for just I'd say about since 2020. I've been playing with my band, which is coincidentally called Jackson Colt. But yeah, that's just basically about me. I'm just a fan of music. I love the music scene internationally and locally, and I'm just trying to make some music. Hopefully, people can like what I make.
No, that's sick. I remember, like, so you said you've been doing music for a while. I know in the thing that Diva sent through to me, you said you've been playing guitar since you were 9.
Yeah, since I was around about 8 or 9. I can't really remember the year, but I remember it was before I was 10 years old.
How old are you now?
I actually just turned 27 today.
Oh shit, happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, shit. So thank you for taking the time on your birthday to have a chat with me.
Man, it's like a present. Yeah.
I'm turning 29 this year, and I also cannot remember the exact year that I started playing. I just know it was roughly roughly 13, 14 years ago.
Dude, we just like have to estimate and guess and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So our age now.
You just lose track of whatever's happening.
Exactly, man.
And then you grew up, I'm assuming you're like a part of your family. Like it mentions there that your family was like like fans of the old school rock, and you grew up being a fan of it. You were heavily influenced by Van Halen. Tell me a bit more about that.
So the thing is, like growing up and everything, my family are very much rockers. I mean, from the old stuff from the 60s, even the 50s and stuff that played. Basically, when I was born, I basically was born into a house that was playing rock. I think my first memories was that of Creedence Clearwater Revival. It was actually the first song I ever learned how to play was Proud Marys, the Creedence rendition of it and everything. So I mean, it was awesome. I mean, when your parents are rockers, when I decided to pick up the guitar, they were very supportive and very happy. They didn't think I'd want to like try pursue it or anything like that. I was 9 years old, but it was cool. I mean, having a chat with your mom and dad, and they'd say, "Listen to this. Here's Blue Oyster Cult or Deep Purple." The real, as I think they call it nowadays, dad rock. I'm very much into that. But it was a blessing, man, to have music growing up in the household, just having fun. Coming home from school and there was hard rock on, and that really developed my taste for that classic music, the very authentic music. You know?
No, I definitely can imagine. I can also hear it like in the single that was sent through to us as well, the song Echoes. You can
Yes.
hear it like and just the way the song's written, the way it plays out, the solo, everything. And like I went and opened up like your socials, I was like, ah yes, this is clearly a man inspired by the 80s, by that era. It was immediate.
The bandana, dude. Long hair and bandana.
Yeah. It was like, ah, yes.
I'm the poor man's Axl Rose, I guess.
I wouldn't say that. At least you can play. Like
Oh, damn.
like like there's people who try and mimic that same sort of appearance and they're fucking terrible at it. So I'm sure
Yo,
you've seen the memes, you've seen every bad band compilation. Like I'm sure you've watched those and dreaded that being you one day on the internet.
what if it is me on the internet, man? That's what I'm worried about now. Because I haven't seen them, and just now it's just videos of me and stuff like that.
Suddenly you're viral, not in the way that you want it to be.
Yeah, not the way I want it to be, but hey, who can complain?
I'm also like check. I missed this just now. I see that Alexi Leho is one of your your inspirations as well. And man, to this day, like I still have one of his warm-up exercises from that. Like I don't know, there was a long time ago he released like a lesson video. Like it was this whole like long thing, and I still use some of the warm-ups from that to this day.
Wait, was it the one where he was in this like orange room? I think it was like Rock House Method or something like that.
It was like a bright neon room, dude. And like
Yes, and
yeah.
like I used one of the warm ups as well. It's like this weird riff that he does
Is it
for
that
one of his songs, but it's like,
the one that I use is
uh,
like this. There's a interesting like.
yes,
Is it the same thing?
yeah, it's the same thing. What are the odds, man?
What are the odds
Oh,
you
dude,
still use
it's
that
always
to
good
this
to meet a
day?
fellow fan. To this day, man. I mean, the guy was one of the greatest, man. You gotta do what he's doing.
Yeah, you got to respect it. Like you can't deny that.
Yeah, man. That's
A-
sick.
So you said you've been like part of the scene now since 2020, right?
Yeah, just after lockdown hit, basically, I think I did one show with the band before lockdown, and then during lockdown, it was like nothing, that stage 5 lockdown, and we started basically in I think about October 2020. We started doing shows.
What pushed you to start doing shows at that time? Was it just poorly timed? Was it like something you'd been planning to do, or was that just like one of the things that pushed you over to be like, hey, I want to do this?
Well, I mean, I've always grown up with music. I've never, a lot of people take a break from music or they stop playing, but I can confidently say I've played the guitar every single day of my life since I started when I was 9. But I'd never had that. I don't want to say courage, but that, yeah, courage. I never had the courage to go into saying, okay, let's do shows. I was writing songs, I was just at home. I was keeping them to myself, and I really wanted to get out there. And it was the worst time ever for shows and everything. But I don't know, I feel like in a way it kind of hardened me because that's what I started in and that's what I expected. I expected shows with nobody there. I expected nothing happening and curfews. So all I knew when I started out was your set has to be at 8 and at 9 o'clock and I have to drive all the way. And there was no one there except for the bartenders. And I mean, it sounds horrible, but it kind of lowered my expectations. So when I did get decent gigs later on, I was like, whoa, what is this? So in a way, it was poorly timed, but I just had to get out there. I had to for the love of music. And I mean, yeah.
No, but that's cool though. Like, the fact that you had the balls to do it at that time frame and you went into it with the expectation of knowing what you would get. And I can respect that. I can honestly respect that. And it was a tough time, dude. Like South Africa is a hard place to make music in general. It's not an easy. Everything's on hard mode is the joke that I commonly make. But I'm stoked, man. I'm really keen to see you around more and keen to see you play more shows now that everything's like loosened up again.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I'm very keen to see you guys with Thorns of Ivory and everything. I'm definitely going to come through to a show when you guys have another gig on, and be awesome. We can meet each other on the circuit and stuff like that.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I'm always keen to have a chat, have a jam. It's always like so much fun. I was actually making a joke now, funny enough, before we started this, that like I wanted to do an offshoot of Sludge, but it's just me getting guitar lessons from like the guitarists that I've interviewed.
No, man, you're a damn good guitar player. Seriously.
I would love to just learn how some people approach things. It would be sick. It would just be fun, man. I like learning. I like learning from people, and part of how like I'm sure it's the same for you. Like whenever you got a chance to jam with someone, you would take it.
Oh, I love it, man. You can learn so much from so many different people. I mean, everyone's got their own approach. Everyone comes from different backgrounds. Everyone thinks of things differently. So yeah, that sounds like a great idea if you do like an offshoot, man. I'd
Yeah, I'm
definitely big listen to that.
I'm stoked about it. But that's got to run up past Naz. But yeah, so what are your plans for the up and coming 2023? It's a new year. It's where it's already like 14 days into it though. What are your plans for yeah, fuck 2023? Sorry, I'm a bit tongue-tied.
No worries, man. Yeah, for 2023, I mean, I've just turned 27, so let's not hope for the 27 club. Let's hope I get to 28. But we got an album coming out. I'm going to be releasing that. We got a lot of singles coming out. I think with Devo, it's every 6 weeks we bring out a new single until the album comes out. So we're very excited about that. And yeah, man, a lot of new music coming on the way, and hopefully some nice six shows. And I just want to make music. At the end of this year, the start of next year, I like to think of it next year, this time in 2024. I hope I can still be doing music. And the same thing for 2025. As long as I'm doing music, no matter where I am, or even if it's big or not big, I'm gonna be happy, man, because I genuinely love it.
Yeah, man, I can relate to that. It's something only a musician would understand though. It's a pure labor of love. Like there's no there's little to no like monetary gain, but you know what?
Yeah.
We we do it we do it anyway.
Oh man, I know that feeling, dude, of doing those gigs for just exposure in front of no one. I've been through there, I've grinded through there, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's because you love it, man.
I'm not sure if you've experienced this having like when you started playing shows now like in the fuck let me just find words. Sorry. My job
No
involves me
worries.
my job involves me talking the entire day. So when I just eventually just lose like all power. Now,
All communication power.
pretty much, yeah, I lose all ability to speak. So, like, having started out in like the height of COVID, with curfews and all that shit, you haven't played a graveyard shift, have you? You haven't played a graveyard show where you literally get up on stage at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, and you got like this people are fucking wrecked. And you haven't played any of those shows yet.
Dude, no, not at all. I've always wanted to. I've always heard about that. But I mean, even after COVID, it's like COVID had curfews and now everyone doesn't want to stay out late. Like 10 o'clock, everyone's gone home. So you're sitting there going, damn, I want a headline. 8 o'clock is the new 12 o'clock, or 11 o'clock. But I mean, I would have loved to have played a graveyard shift, man.
You're in Joburg, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Where are you?
Joburg, I'm in Durban. I'm in Durban. Joburg, like the events are generally quite strict. They've always been like that. Like, so I'm originally a Joburg boy myself. I played a couple of shows in Joburg. I was in a band that's out for a while, and they're strict. They keep you like, cool, this is your time slot. If you fuck around, your time gets taken out of your slot. You don't fuck with the other bands. You don't fuck with the overall time
Hmm.
of the venue. Okay, everything runs solidly. Durban is Durban time. Like the other night, I think we got onto stage. We were supposed to play at 11, and we only got onto stage at like 12:30
Oh, damn.
because of just Durban time. Just people are just so
It's
like,
People are chilled, man. Like, I mean, even you're driving down there here in Joburg, everyone's just speeding and hooting each other. There, you guys are chilled, man.
nah, dude, Durban drives like shit.
Really?
Durban drivers, dude. I don't know, bro. Like Durban drivers would rather die in a ball of fire and a blaze of glory than let you merge onto the fucking highway. I,
It's a thing about. Oh, damn, man. Okay, note to self: don't go driving in Durban.
yeah, yeah, no, it's I don't know. I don't know what it is. If you ever want a reason not to come to Durban, just follow Wade Flower Day.
Oh, dude.
I'm sure you know who Wade Flower Day is.
Yeah, I do. Not personally, but yeah.
Yeah, just follow his socials. He'll give you 101 reasons to not come to Durban. So tell me a bit about your experiences with Speedofest. How like it says here that you've played a couple of them. Like, how was
Yeah,
Speedofest for you? Because that was always a jewel. I remember playing a few of those.
yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, the guys from SDO, they're really great guys. I mean, they set up such a wonderful thing for the charity. So, you're always playing for a good cause. I think I've done it 2 years in a row. It was 2021, 2022. But when I got there, I didn't, the first time I did Speedo Fest, I thought it was all in Speedos because I think that's how it used to be. But a lot of people like, no, you can't do that. And no one, there was like a few people in it, but I think my very first time, I wanted to be prepared. I didn't want to embarrass the band and everything. So I was like, what? I'm going to shave my whole body, my chest, and my everything. I don't know. That's what people would tell me to do. I think they were just like playing a cool prank on me. But I was like, what? Let's do it. Let's go out there. Let's represent. We're doing this for charity. And I mean, it was an awesome experience. It was packed. There were such great people there. But
You were
I
like the
kind of
only
feel
one
bad
in
because I
Speedo.
shaved. No, 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 no. My stuff was underneath my clothes. I got there and I was ready to rip everything off, but
And then you realize
there
no
was no
one
one
else
else
was.
there. But I do think I was the only one who shaved my chest and my whatever and stuff. You're doing it for charity and stuff like that, and you want to be a part of the fun. But I mean, it was the worst thing. I should have like waxed my chest or something because it like chafed, like horrible
Yeah, yeah,
chafe and
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
shit felt horrible.
Hold on a
Worst
second.
experience of my life.
So Speedofest was an interesting experience when I don't know if you remember back in the day there was a band called Bruff Charge, and
Rough charge. Yes, I think
s-
so.
so Bruff Charge, the vocalist, ended up fucking buck ass naked on stage. That was a thing. Yeah, I remember a friend running out to us while we're all sitting outside having beers, or just in between. We'd watched a band, we're just taking a break. Next thing, another friend comes out. Please bear in mind that this friend is wearing leopard skin pants, or leopard skin like tights, and he's shirtless, and he starts screaming to the general public, "There's dick on stage," and everyone just bolted inside for whatever reason. Um, so Speedo Fest, yeah, if there was no one in Speedos like last year or the year before, then it's definitely calmed down because the entirety of Satanic Dokowaji used to be in Speedos back in the day when I played.
No, dude, I mean, that sounds absolutely Look, I would think that would have been absolutely a joy, man. It would have been so much fun to just like get to like
Um,
just hang out with your mates and stuff like that. And but I mean, at the end of the day, it got tame. I got there and they were like, "No, you can't do this. You can't do that." I was like, "Okay, you know, I
I'm
got
gonna
nice nipples too."
I'm gonna send you a photograph of me on stage at Speedofest. This is
Oh hell yeah, dude! Wait, let's check this out. No way, dude!
Yeah,
Whoa!
that was Speedofest one. Yeah, that was the first one.
That was what was last year? I think last year was Speedofest like 10 or something.
Yeah, this was like 2014, 2015 somewhere. Like somewhere around about there, man. It was a while. It was a long time ago.
Damn, dude, that's brave.
So yeah,
You know, the only thing you're missing is Red Hot Chili Peppers with the socks, man. That would have been the next step up.
I'm pretty sure I was still wearing shoes at this point for some reason or whatever. I can't quite remember. I don't think I was actually barefoot. That
Okay,
was
at
yeah,
least you were classy.
for whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, be prepared, man. You're gonna experience some stuff. And all the like
Well, yeah,
I really hope like, you get to experience the best of it.
I've got to pay my dues, dude. It's part of the industry. I can't miss out.
And then I've also seen that you played like a couple of shows with like Black Hat Bones and Jasper Dunn. And like tell me a bit more about playing with those bands. I'm pretty sure we've had Black Hat Bones on the show as well at some point. I think Naz had a chat with them. How have your experiences been with those with playing with some of the local guys?
Yeah, it's actually been really incredible because you know, at the end of the day, you get to play with these bands that you've looked up to. I mean, I've been listening to Black Hat Bones for many years, and I got my first opportunity to play with them in last year, April, I think it was, and we became quite close friends. And you know, that's the thing about the music industry, especially the rock music industry. You kind of like can become friends with these people that you look up to. And since then, we've done many shows. I've become quite close friends with Andre, the guitar player, the whole band actually, Cobus, Casey, and Gary. But they're incredible musicians. You know, you get to see this band who's been doing it since I think they've been together since 2008. I'm not too sure. I don't know if you should keep that in the podcast. Might be the wrong date, but um, they've been together for such a long time, and to see such a professional band, you know,
I think they've been a band longer than I've been playing an instrument, to be honest. Like, um,
yeah, I know Cobra's 2005, Five Circles like 2003. I think they 2008 or something from Silverton. But they've been playing a long time, but they're such a tough band. You get to learn so much from these guys. I mean, you know, they're always happy to give you advice and everything. And especially going in towards the end of last year with the Mix FM, the end of the year charts, our two songs, they were number one. I got second for the end of the year charts. So we did another show at Bailey's, and yeah, it's really incredible because like I said, I've been fans of them for so long. The first time I met them, I was like almost like starstruck. I was like, oh my word, here's Black Hat Bones, you know, and then to become friends with them and share the stage. And they're incredible guys. They've been such good friends and like yeah, man, inspirations to look up to. So it's been quite a jolt.
you realize that most like the SA musos are just like they're super chill. They're more than happy to talk to you. They're more than happy to like just chill. And I think like a lot of the SA guys like, in the music scene at the moment have realized that if they don't do something now, there is going to be no next generation involved in music. And that's what like a lot of guys are trying to do now is get people involved and get more and more people involved, more new blood and all those kind of things because it's necessary. If you're going to be a dick to anyone who approaches you, you're just going to drive anyone who's interested away.
Exactly. And I mean like it's a kindness, you know, to almost like not pass the torch on, but to say, hey, you guys can do it too, you know, and that's to those bands who are starting out to see bigger bands that you look up to that you've heard on the radio, that you've heard their songs on at home, that you've seen live at Opi Kopi so many times, for them to be kind to you and just say, you know, you can do it, man, just like us. It just makes it all feel worth it, you know. I don't know. I don't have the right words to say it, but it's an incredible feeling to see these people and they help you out.
No, I definitely I know what you're talking about. I don't know how quite know how to phrase it either because it
Yeah,
definitely it helps motivate you, helps make you feel at home and welcome. that you actually
Yeah,
you
exactly.
belong, you're contributing something to the overall music community, and it's yeah.
Exactly. You're part of it. No matter how small or big your name is, you're part of it. And you're all there for the love of the same type of music, the rock, the metal, whatever. And you're there and you're just enjoying it, man. It's so cool that people aren't dicks.
Yeah, you do get them though. You do get them, but the majority of the SA guys I find are really cool dudes. I don't know if you follow the Jared Dines Shred compilation. I'm sure as a like a
Yes, the latest one that just came out
yeah. I don't know if you saw that there was a South African dude in that as well.
from Vulvodynia.
Yeah,
Yes, he was absolutely insane, man. I was watching it the other day. I think I watched Nick Nocturnal review it because I didn't know it was art. And it was so cool to see someone represent. I mean, Vulvodynia is doing such incredible things right now. So, congratulations to the guys and everyone who's representing SA.
yeah,
I mean, the
and
whole thumping thing he was doing was crazy.
it's unbelievable, man. He's an incredibly talented musician, and I also find that like I don't know if you had any of your friends ask you to enter, but I had a couple of people like, "Oh, dude, you should totally do it," and I was like, "Not a fuck." Have you seen the people that in? Have you seen the people that enter these things? And I was just like, no, thank you.
Dude, they're absolutely insane. I didn't know it was going on. I didn't know how to enter. I mean, no one mentioned it, but I didn't even know if I'd enter it, man. I mean, you look at some of those guys and they're on such another level, man. And for a South African guy to be there, it's there's no words to describe it, man. I'm
Honestly, though, like
proud as a South African guitar player to see that happen.
we have a good couple of guitarists in South Africa who easily compete. Like I'm stoked that Bandile got in, and he's an unfucking believable guitarist. But there are also so many talented musicians in this country. There's so many talented guitarists who could, you know, just be a part of that. South African musicians are to a standard which it frustrates me that so many people look down on them and like, oh, that's good for a South African artist.
Mm.
Whereas honestly, like the level of talent that we have in the country is unfucking believable.
I mean, yeah, dude. There are some musicians here that you look at them and you think they're international standards. I mean, I've seen some drummers that are just doing like some crazy things at some little pub down the road where we were playing. And I was like, oh my word, who the hell is this guy? Or guitarists just shredding crazy, vocalists hitting these high notes. And a lot of people discount South Africa, but I mean, South Africa's got a lot of talent to bring to the rest of the world because we're hungry. I don't want to say it, we don't have it as easy. We gotta almost fight for it more, where we don't have these labels like overseas that can just pump hundreds of thousands of dollars into you and just let you do these huge tours overseas. We gotta like fight for it over here. So there's a lot of guys here who are hungry, who like they want it, man. And I believe that there are so many musicians here and bands that should be on an international level.
And what are your goals as a musician? Like, I know you said that you're doing it for the love of music. You just want to make music, you love music, but like as a musician, what are your goals? What are you looking to achieve?
Well, at the end of the day, I've always thought that what's it saying? If you love your job, you don't work a day in your life. I've paraphrased that hard, but if I could do something in the music industry, even the smallest of things, it would make me happy. I mean, I love music at the end of the day. I've always wanted to be a songwriter. I've enjoyed writing songs. I've been doing it longer than anything except for the guitar. If I could be a songwriter, that would be incredible. Of course, to be an artist would be amazing as well to share my music. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of musicians that are jack of all trades. They got their bands, they got their studios, they like a podcast. They could be a songwriter. They could teach on the side. So there's so many different avenues. But I mean, at the end of the day, if I could make it as an artist, that would be sick. Songwriter, that would be really sick. But like I said, if it's as long as I'm doing something, man, I'd be happy.
Yeah, man, there's recently been a thread going around. I'm not sure if you've seen it. I'm not sure who you follow on the socials and whatnot, but there's recently been like a growing trend of like who's going to step up and knock like bands like Fuck off the throne, and those kind of things. And, none of these people are saying it as a disservice to fuck off, but there has not seemed to be any drive to, create that experience. And I'm inclined to believe, like, or to agree with the guy saying this. There needs to be that drive to take over, to, you know, be the next big thing, and not in like an egotistical way, but for the betterment and for the growth of the music community. I find that not enough people are pushing that hard. Like there are bands that are
No,
definitely doing it, but not enough, not hard enough.
yeah, I agree with that completely. I've thought that to myself. You look at these bands like Fuck Off and Prime Circle, Parlotones, Just Ginger, they're on like another pedestal. And I was thinking to myself the other day, was it just a different time? Or maybe they were just, I don't know, it was a different setting, a different feel in the music industry. But I've thought about that a lot because, at the end of the day, if these bands, when they break up one day, if it's whether it's in a year or 20 years or 50 years, if there's no one else to take their place, what does that say about the industry, about rock music or metal music right here? We don't want it to die. And that's why there has to be at least a few bands that are going to rise the ranks and get to that level. There's so many killer bands on the circuit, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the climate right now, or if it's because I know the music industry here in South Africa is very, very difficult. But there's got to be a way. I mean, if they could do it, I'm sure there's so many other bands here who could do it as well. We need to grab that torch and sort of carry on their legacy, and
There's a lot more factors involved than just the bands, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
There's a lot more factors involved. There's the infrastructure as musicians and stuff like that. But I honestly feel like the artists need to find a way to make it work.
No, definitely. There's got to be that drive, that hunger for it. At the end of the day, you can't expect anything on a silver platter. You always got to go into it thinking, oh, it's my approach, I guess, with the band. Even when something good happens, you got to cherish that, but you got to fight for the next thing. You don't grab that one good thing and then try ride it out for the next 2 years and say, oh, 2 years ago I did this gig. You got to get to the next thing and the next thing. You got to have that hunger for it. And I mean, I think it was an interview with Linkin Park with Chester Bennington and Mark Shinoda. They were backstage quite a while back. I think it was like 2010. They said, if you're not living, breathing, speaking, thinking music, you're not going to cut it in the industry. And it's a harsh thing to think about, but I do believe that these guys who got to the top, they wanted it more than anyone else. They worked harder than anyone else. It's like a bit of factor of luck, I guess you can say. But at the end of the day, if you write a good song, it will get out there if it's that good because people hear it and say, "Oh, that's cool." You know what I mean?
That's true. Not always the case, but definitely has a big impact.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you doing music full time at the moment? So are you working? Are you doing something part time, studying?
So, family's got a family business. So I get to focus a lot on my music thanks to family. But yeah, got the whole family business going on. But also looking to study and stuff like that. It's always good to have qualifications. I've never been really good with the maths and the science and stuff, but if I could study some things, get some things behind my name, you always got to have a plan B.
Yeah, for sure. That's the unfortunate reality of like a lot of things. And
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I know a lot of people do want it, but I feel like it's a different thing. Look, I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, it's almost got to be your obsession almost. It's got to be the thing that ultimately almost kills you. Do what you love and let it kill you.
yeah,
That
got
sort
got
of
to
thing.
full send it. It's all or
Mm.
nothing kind of deal. Is like, but at the same time, that's for a lot of people that's not possible, especially with the way you know the country is in general. Like some people can make it work, others just aren't able to, and everyone's got a shot.
No, yeah, everyone's definitely got a shot. And like you said, with the climate of everything, I know a lot of people have to go to work and they're not able to gig every single night of the week. And, finances are tough to get a whole, marketing and branding behind you, an album, a tour, the necessary equipment. There's so many factors that go behind it. But, as long as we all just got the dream, you never know, man.
Yeah, let's be honest, like being a musician is expensive. Like, man, most of the time you're running at a deficit. Like it's it is
Yeah.
not generally a profitable thing. Looking at your equipment, maintaining your equipment, getting into places and getting all these things. And yeah, it's just not cheap. It's
Dude, it's a sad thing. You lugging around like a, I don't know, like whatever you could say, 60K or 100K's worth of equipment to a show that you're going to get paid like 2K for. So it's quite a sad thing at the end of the day. But I don't know, man. Sometimes you just, if it's for your passion, then you know if something good comes out of it, then you're happy.
yeah, 100%.
It's
I
it's
agree.
a it's a sad thing to say, but if you, what was it? I think it was a line in Spud. What the dad told Spud, he said, "If you never expect anything, you'll never be disappointed." It's a sad way to look at it, man. But
Every surprise will be a pleasant one.
yeah, exactly, man. That's the thing. You know, Spud's dad had something. He had something going on there. He knew what he was saying.
So I wanted to clarify something. So the band being named Jackson Colt, is it more of a solo like project and you have like session musicians with you, or have you just named the overall band Jackson Colt?
So I get asked this a lot, actually, and it really is a weird thing. It's a weird thing to describe because my name is Jackson Colt, but there is a band, but at the end of the day, like the recordings are done by me, the writing as well. The guys who joined in on a couple of songs and that, but the guys do play live. But the thing is, it's not like a session thing because the guys are involved in the band. I mean, Dean, Pete, and Matt, they are such incredible musicians, incredible people to work with. So the band technically is called Jackson Colt. And I never liked it because I mean I dig a sick band name, but a lot of band names are taken, so I'm quite sad about that. But you know, it's what we've started trying to get out there, and people say they seem to like the name. They say it sounds like a cool name and stuff. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm just like, okay, we'll just let it happen, you know.
I'm actually going
Um,
to be honest with you. I wasn't sure if Jackson Colt was your actual name or the band name. And I kept looking through the things with Devo to be like, is there somewhere that mentions I don't want to go into this and be like, yo, Jackson, what's up? And he's like, that's actually not my name. That's just the name of the band. I'm like, fuck.
my
So,
name's Bob.
so,
Bob, Bob, you heathen.
so I was like, okay,
That's actually my name.
so
Yeah.
what'll happen is that it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, oh, cool, his name is actually Jackson Colt. You know, like it sounds interesting enough. It's an interesting enough name that it's like it sounds enough like a band name, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I either get that or cowboy or hobo. So I had to choose one of them. And
I mean, you could just change it to Jackson Colt, you know, and then boom.
people,
It
they've
sounds
said
like
that to me, dude. They've been like, that's the name, Jackson Cult. And I'm like, oh.
that it just sounds like a Michael Jackson fan fiction. Like
Jackson 5 Cult, dude. If I could sing like Michael Jackson, I'd totally do that, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'd be the Jackson
Yeah,
Cult.
that would be
Tribute show
hilarious.
and everything.
But like in your case, at least it like rolls off the tongue. You know, if there had to be a band named Marcel Smuts, that would just be fucking stupid. So
Dude, it's a sick name, if I'm being honest. Marcel is a sick name. Don't doubt yourself out.
it doesn't work as a
It's
band
very...
name. Don't sugarcoat it. It would be dumb. Like this is one of those things. So it works well enough. And how long have the guys been like jamming? Are they seasoned musicians? Are they also relatively new to it like you are? What's the deal there?
My okay, we'll say my rhythm guitar player, Pete, I think he's 43. He's been playing for about 20 years and stuff, seasoned musician. My bass player Dean, who's actually a drummer, but he's jamming bass. Also seasoned musician. The guy's absolutely killer. He's sessioned before for people. And the drummer Matt also long time been playing music for about 15 years or something like that. So guys are all very passionate, all very strong musicians. I mean, I'm so happy and lucky to be jamming with guys like this. um but I mean, there's been several band changes since it started in 2020. By several I mean quite a few. A drummer went to France and then he came back. There was other drummer, then this drummer, then that drummer moved to bass, and there was another bass player, then this. So it was like a lot of member changes at the end of the day. But at the end of, we're not at the end of the day again. I'm very grateful to find these three guys who I feel like we gel so well. We're a team, as you could say, as cliche as that sounds. I mean, we get along. We're a bunch of friends who hang out. We do it for the love of the music, man. So I think we found like quite a solid workforce, I
And
guess.
yeah, and you're
Yeah.
the youngster of the band. I take it. Like yeah.
No, the drummer is
Oh.
Matt. He's 2 years younger than me.
Oh, okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. And then so you've got the one bully in the band. Every band has like the bully of the band. Like
No, it's to partake,
yeah, like
leave wisdom on us, man.
like for us, it's our vocalist. He's like 40. So it's
He's like 40. That's not too old, man.
no, not at all. But like, and
Because in 10 years' time, watch us listen to this.
what I'm saying, there's always that one outlier. There's always that one outlier in the band who's like quite a bit older than everyone else in it. You know?
Dude, the Mick Mars, man.
So you said you're going to be releasing an album. The album's releasing this year, right?
Yes, we're gonna try to do it for like the second half of the year.
Okay, and you're going to be releasing singles up until that point.
Yes, we got every 6 weeks with Devo. There's gonna be a new single. The new one coming out is called Strangers. It's just been done, mixed and mastered, and Devo's helping with putting it up and doing a whole campaign. Because, like I said, I'm terrible with computers. So thank you, Devo. We really appreciate that, man.
The absolute
But yeah,
workhorse.
yeah, man, he works harder than anyone else, and I mean, it's cool to have met such a nice team. I mean, I was saying with Devo, and I also got Dale, who's my producer, Dale Snetler, the two Ds, man. They work hard.
So we're going to close out. And where can people find you? Where can people find your music? Where can people get in touch with you and find out more about what you're doing?
So basically, most people can like find us at it's called Jackson Colt Rock. It's the name with rock. That's all the social media handles. We made it the same thing. You can get on there, see when we're playing, send a message, say hi or whatever you want to say. Otherwise, yeah, just see us. We'll be around on the circuit, or sometimes you might see us randomly wandering like the desert at night, but that's just like I think that's like a mental thing that me and the band have. But yeah, at the end of the day, just go onto social media, send a message. We will be happy to reply. I don't have access to the Facebook page.
Have you been banned?
Devo does that. Like I said, I'm the worst person in the world with computers, and I don't really trust them that much after watching Terminator. But yeah, so if people send through a message, check out the music there. We're on Spotify. The whole thing when you put stuff through DistroKid, it's like on all the platforms. If you search Jackson Colt, you can pop it up. I'm sure you can even pop it into Google, and they'll be like,
fantastic. Jackson, thank you so much for taking the time on your birthday to have a chat with me. I can't express how much I appreciate it. And all the best, man. I hope you have a great day further, and I'm stoked to see more about what's coming from you.
Thank you so much, Marcel, and thank you for having me. It's an absolute honor to be on Sludge Underground.
Say goodbye. All of our moments we share, lost in time. When you love someone, you will set them free, let them fly. You're stuck on the ground, you're just left behind. Tell me that you're just doing fine. Please tell me that you found your way in life. Please tell me that you don't think of me. These tears, echoes and echoes and echoes, you're gone. Screams, don't drown them out. You found all of your dreams. I'll always miss you now. This room is so empty, but it screams and shouts. These ghosts are are so loud. I'm lost in your shadow and I can't get out. Please tell me that you're just doing fine. Please tell me that you found your way in life. Please tell me that you don't think of me. These tears, echoes and echoes and echoes, you're gone. Screams, don't drown them out. These tears, echoes and echoes and echoes, you're gone. Please try let go. Fall inside, hold me tight, leave my side. These tears